in conversation with some fascinating ladies who've changed the game in the world of video, music, and gaming. Only on Hungama Game Changers podcast.
Hi, welcome to Hungama celebration of the 50 Game Changers 2024. Over this season, you will get to know even more women who are chalking their own path and paving the way for the multitudes to follow in the field of entertainment across music, video, and gaming. I'm Raunaq from Hungama, and it is my great pleasure to welcome the game changer, Temsu Clover.
Hi.
Temsu is primarily an indie, mellow, bedroom pop music kind of musician. And I think the indie part sort of really rings home for this. And one of her tracks, Confessions of a Bipolar Mind, blew up, making it a notable song for its healing power, inspiring many listeners. Welcome, Temsu.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure, and thank you for taking the time to share the knowledge and shorten the learning curve. Temsu, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about your journey so far as a musician, about taking the gamble of making music a full-time thing. I know that from an education, you were looking at the sciences, you were looking at agriculture. Tell me about how you got here.
So it's been a very exciting journey so far. Growing up, I always wanted to be a singer, but I never thought I would be, pursuing this dream, like really. And it's been quite a journey with me having to study other degrees other than music, but my passion kept calling me to music, and then now I'm here. As of now, it's been such an amazing experience, and I can't wait to look forward to in the future.
Okay. Tell me, how does a young aspiring musician from Dimapur break through, get noticed, and suddenly become the darling of the indie music scene?
That question. I would say just being yourself and just allowing yourself to really make the art that you are destined to make. And I think even if it's not just, becoming a great pop star or stuff like that, of course, we all, even me, I aspire to reach that level of success. But I am also enjoying where I am right now. And the upcoming generation, the only advice that I would give them is just be themselves, and also to continue having that passion and never letting it die. So, yeah.
That's terrific. Temsu, tell me, music is a bit of a gamble, right? A lot of the young that I talk to, the ones that love and are passionate about music, they still don't know if it is a viable option for them to, plant their flag in music as a career. Was that scary for you when you decided? How did the shift happen in your head from what you were studying to becoming an indie artist?
For me, I am so strong with my passion that I'm not scared to take chances. Right. That's how strong my passion is. And yes, it is very scary because all of us, we know that the entertainment industry is not very kind. And especially indie artists, independent artists like us, it's really difficult to make money. But at the same time, for me, I believe in fate, and I have this faith that I'm always provided. So that keeps me going. And at the same time, I am still able to continue making music. So because my fate provides me with it. So, yeah.
Okay. Entertainment industry isn't very kind. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I'd love for you to tell me a little bit more about that. Also tell me how that gets impacted as as a woman, at concerts, at festivals.
Yeah. So it's basically, for me, I feel very safe because I am always traveling, and when I'm gigging also, I always have my male musicians with me. So it always feels safe. But on other days where, I have to go to this bar and then I have to perform there, but
right,
it's scary to go alone, you know what I'm saying? So especially in a place where there's like, of course, there are good people, but at the same time there are also bad people, right? So in places like that, it's kind of scary also. But I'm very grateful that I haven't encountered such kind of situation as of now. And I also believe that because I'm always surrounded by my brothers around me. And yeah, that was also a struggle for me because I was very scared to go to places, especially alone, to perform. But
does that hold you back?
It did a little bit. It did, because at the end of the day, yes, I love singing and I have passion for it, but I have to keep myself safe, right? And that is the most important thing. So that was also a stumbling block for me. But for me here, especially in Nagaland, it's very safe, especially for women.
Right.
And unlike the other metro cities. So I haven't faced that kind of like very dangerous situations, but I still struggle with going alone going alone in places where there's like drunkards and too much of scenes happening and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that is a struggle that
I think that's a very, very real problem. And I think that's a real problem that a lot of young artists, particularly in Ghana, when they're still earning their chops, they're still finding their sound, and they need to play in small and big rooms across all kinds of categories. Yes, that is a real concern, I think, when you choose music as a career. Tell me another thing that I also hear about, and I speak to a lot of young women musicians, and is gatekeeping. It's gatekeeping in terms of the slot that you're getting, in terms of being included in a festival or headlining, or just from the pay that you are getting versus a male artist at the same level. Tell me about that and how we can get equality in those places.
Yeah, that is a very interesting question that I was asked about a few years back. One of my friends, he asked me that. But for me, I haven't encountered such situations as of now, because the entertainment industry as of now is very woman-centric, I would like to say, especially again in the K-pop culture.
Right.
We have a lot of like female groups and all that stuff. So in terms of opportunities, I don't think there is a gap for me, my personal experience. Right. I don't think there's a gap, because at the end of the day, even if you're a male or a guy, if you're a bad musician, you're a bad musician. So, for me personally, I have not experienced that, and my male colleagues and the other musicians that I'm friends with, we don't have this kind of like inequality happening, especially in terms of payment and opportunities like that. So
that's very reassuring to hear, and I hope Godspeed that becomes the norm for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Temsu, how do you develop your confidence, especially and then how do you make sure that you don't end up with imposter syndrome? How do you own the room, and how do you make yourself heard, not just on stage but also in meeting rooms?
Yes, and that is a very good question, because I've been practicing doing that. And for me, the solution was loving myself and being confident in myself as a woman, as a person, as a human being. And I think because that's the root. And then if your root is good, then the overflow is also going to be good.
I think that's great. Tell us about the key projects, one or maybe even two projects that you're really proud of, and what made them special.
Yeah, I think it will be my album. It's called Hello Love, and I released it last year, and it was just made out of pure passion. There was no hidden agenda. I didn't want to like there was no plan of like, oh, this has to go commercial, or I want to make this song should hit the radio and all that. There was no intention, there was no hidden agenda. I just wrote and I just recorded and then produced, and then I just wanted to get the songs out because I believe that the songs were really special, and I believe that it would truly speak to people who really needed that song at that time, even if it's not for the commercial mass or anything like that. So I'm very, very proud of that, because like that just came out because I wanted to make music, and not because I wanted to take something out of it, money, like in terms of money and popularity. So that I'm very proud of that album. And yeah, that doesn't mean I'm not trying to make music commercially. I do want to make music, commercial music, good commercial music. But this album was very special. So I'm very proud of that.
I think that's actually great, because some projects are giving projects, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, more than taking projects. Absolutely.
Yes.
Actually, what you said brings me to a very interesting aspect of music today. How do you navigate the balance between your creative content and the commercial success parameters that exist?
So yeah, that is for me just allowing myself to get out of the box, like for example, in commercial music also, there are good commercial music and there are like very bad commercial music, and I really love the good commercial music side of it. And for some of the musicians, including myself, in the past years, I was like very hesitant of trying to go commercial or trying to get into commercial pop music. But there is also yes, you can still make music that you love and also earn money out of it. So I think the only way to do that is to allow yourself to enjoy the process, allow yourself to grow, and not just be stuck in the past or be just stuck in just one definite box. So yeah, did I answer?
Yes, actually, I'm coming to that. Tell us how indie music, I feel, is coming of age again. There was a point in the 90s where it was really coming of age.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's this, second coming where, there's a resurgence, there's independent sounds that the audiences like, much more diverse set of sounds. So tell me what it's like creating music in this dynamic, but also what are the 2-3 real opportunities that can be seriously considered in terms of, as careers and on the various sides of the music business, whether it's events or it's streaming or it's digital consumption, live concerts, just a sense of what are the opportunities out there for a lot of the youngsters?
Acha. So, when we're talking about music and emergence of there's like genres that are shifting every year and every decade, right? And now, as of now, I think with the newer generation, yes, there is this popular music. As of now, there is Sabrina Carpenter, and then K-pop is also emerging. Ariana Grande is there. And these are they're on the top of the charts, right, with popular music. But based on what I've noticed and experienced and studied, I think every individual, all of us have our own specific taste. So when it comes to genre, we can't say, okay, this genre is popular now or that genre is popular. It's all of us have this personalized set of playlists and stuff. So it's basically a group of people, they will be listening K-pop, a group of people, they'll be still listening to 90s rock, a group of people, they'll be listening to Japan pop and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so, and the thing is, if the new artists, they are trying to, find their sound or trying to find a genre to which they can jump in, I believe it's important to take inspiration from your favorite artists or favorite genres, but again, at the same time, what do you do out of the inspiration? That's the most important thing, making it your own instead of copying. So yeah, I think that is very important for emerging artists. That's something that if an artist is trying to find their sound, it's good to take inspiration, but also at the same time, the most important thing is what you make out of the inspiration.
Tell me, Temsu, through you started creating a lot of content around COVID, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about how that happened, and tell us about Confessions of a Bipolar Mind, because I know it became a really big song for mental health.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, especially in and around the space, but also how it resonated with the audiences.
So basically, Confessions of a Bipolar Mind is my first ever song that I released. And it was really inspired by my friends and also my personal experience, and all of these inspirations it poured out into the song, which is Confessions of Bipolar Mind. And it's a very dark song with very unapologetic lyrics, but it also talks about hope, and I really wanted people who are experiencing such situations to give hope to them through songs. And I believe when a song is powerful enough to make you move, I think for me as an artist, I really enjoy that. When I see people who are listening to my music, they are getting hopeful, or they see that life is worthy of living and all that stuff. So as an artist, it gives me so much joy. And around COVID
I think all art must make you feel something, even if it's uncomfortable.
Yes, exactly.
Feel something, and I will say, I heard the song on repeat actually while I was reading up on you, and I think the reason it feels like a great big hug at the end is because it's real and it's very honest and it's unadulterated. You haven't tried to clean it up and put lipstick on it.
Yes, exactly. Wow, that's so good. I love that.
Okay. Tell me, in your journey, where you've been able to get, do you allow yourself to plan and manifest? Do you visualize where you want to be? Or is your personal growth just happening to you in a more organic manner?
Yes. Yes, I do visualize myself in the future. I do visualize the person that I want to be. And because I visualize myself, my higher self in the future, I'm able to work it out in the present. So, yes, along the way, there's a few bumps and there's a few growths that I have to do here and there. But then it's very important to have a goal, right, for all of us also. Even though sometimes it may not be the same goal even though we might not be able to reach the goal also, but it's very important to set that. And even for me as an artist, I do have goals and I do have dreams and visions of myself in the future. And I'm really working towards that. And I try my best that I'm able to present myself, the best version of myself before I get there. So, yeah.
You're off to a great start on that. But yes, I think, sometimes you have to have the goal just so you know, what did I do today to get there?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's small shifts that in you that you reach that point.
Yes. And this journey is a song
apart from the goals and your personal growth, and also people who influence, who inspire, and who help, who turn around and give you a hand up. So we'd love to do a shout out to the allies. Tell us about the people who've been there, who've helped you get here, who've mentored you, who've inspired you, or who just pushed you further.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a lot of people. First of all, yes, my God, that's number one.
Yep.
And then I would say my best friends. And then my good friend. His name is Lennon. So he basically handles most of the important things that I don't like handling, like talking to the organizers and all that stuff. He's basically my friend manager. So I'm very thankful for Lennon. Again, I have a brother called Utimar and Mar Jamir.
Right.
And he played a huge part in my album. and because of him, the album that I released last year, because of him, the album is here today. And then, yeah, but my band, Imti, Ili, Lima, Teja, all of them, I'm so grateful for them because Temsu Clover music is here today because of them. And yeah, my best friends, yeah. There's a lot of best friends, so let me not mention their names.
All right. Tell me, Temsu, everybody sees the wins and the accolades and the awards and the press releases and Insta stories. What a lot of people forget is the rejection, the missed targets, the discipline and the grit that goes into a journey like that. Tell us about that so that I think people can also get a whole picture of what the journey is like.
It's basically, if there's white, there's going to be black. If there's left, there's going to be right. So when there's acceptance, there's also going to be rejection. And this is something that, not just in the entertainment industry, but in life itself, this is something that we have to face and we have to be very strong and ready for. Just like how we are all ready to accept the prices, right? So we have to also accept the rejections. And yes, I've come across with, in my career, I have come across a lot of that, but that doesn't stop me from doing what I have to do. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, one of the things that you said you don't like is this talking with the organizers and managing people and putting, and I think let's call it networking. In the music industry, it's a really important thing because if you're not in the heads of the people planning, it's not that they leave you out because they don't like you or because they like else. It's just that they don't know. Networking and knowing the right people in the right rooms so that you can be in the right projects, in the right gigs, in the right festivals.
Yes, exactly.
That becomes so important. How did you stay connected and what advice did you have for people getting into the space who have no connections today, but ways that they can build those networks?
Yes. For me, when I was really starting out, the first 2 years, I really struggled because me being an ambivert, I have my days where I just want to be in my room. I don't want to socialize and all that stuff. But with time, I have come to develop, like how important socializing, especially networking is in this industry. And it involves by going to your local gigs. It involves by going to festivals. It involves going to, nuns and event meetings. So that's very important because that's where you meet people. That's where you get to know people. And for my friends who are out there listening to this and they want to know how to do that, you have to move. You have to get out there. You have to socialize and you have to, get to know each other. And that's very important, And yeah, even for me, I started doing that, and I realized the importance of talking with people, interacting, socializing, and that's how I've met a lot of great people that I know, that I have in my life right now. And yeah, because of that, I've gotten also a lot of opportunities outside of my music life as well. So socializing, very important for artist life.
Right. It really is. It doesn't seem like it should be, because it should be that you could sit in your room with your guitar or your piano.
Yes.
But the reality is you do need to
get
yourself out there and expose yourself to more things, more sounds, more people. Tell me, Temsu, one of the things that we do every time we celebrate one of our game changers, we ask them to nominate 2 women for next year's long list. So we have a jury that will take the final call, but we'd love for you to nominate 2 women that we can amplify and celebrate next year, who you think are doing a great job, are changing the game in their own way, deserve to be amplified.
Okay, so the first woman, that will be Meba Ophelia.
Right.
Yes, she's from Shillong, and she's a great singer and she's a great artist. And they have this upcoming songs that are like so good. So Meba Ophelia, and the other one will be Ranj. So her name is Ranj. So I think her full name will be Ranjani.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would like to nominate both of them.
Well, thank you. And I'm excited to see how quickly you came up with other women that you'd like to amplify, because that's always a good sign. Because it's always important as you take one step up the ladder to turn around and help the person behind you take another step.
Exactly. Uh-huh.
And, Temsu, really, we'd love for you to leave us with a lasting thought for people getting into music, in charge of their destiny, who are starting right now. That what makes the struggle worth it?
The development that comes through all the struggles, and the knowledge, the wisdom, the skills that you get from all the struggles and from all the months and days and hours of practice and crying and laughing. Yeah, it's all worth it. You just got to not stop doing what you're doing.
Keep at it.
Yes, keep at it, girl.
Okay, super. I think the most interesting thing about chatting with you is how you've surrounded yourself, your sound, your songs, with the love that you have for music. And I hope you can continue to share the love one stream at a time. Thank you very much for joining us today. It was lovely talking to you and learning from you, and congratulations on the many mountains you will still climb.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I had a good time conversing with you.
This is Raunaq from Hungama. Thank you for tuning in, and stay with us as we meet more women in entertainment who aren't just playing the game, they're changing it.
In conversation with some fascinating ladies who've changed the game in the world of video, music and gaming. Only on Hungama Game Changers podcast.